Hi, I wanted to give you an update on the app that we're using for our TMS. This is an in-house made exclusive app for our company, Usora Express. Emro made this from scratch. I made a video about this app. I'm just going to call it Usora app. And that was done a few months ago. And since then, he added a lot of things. And I just wanted to show you what we are using. So this is, like I said, our exclusive app that we made, that Emra made for us. And whoever I show it to, they think this is an awesome app, or TMS, as if you want to call it that way. And I've had some people telling us, hey, well, you could build this and then have other people use it, and this would help them because this is something that trucking people made, dispatchers and truck drivers, and we have been tweaking it this whole time to the way we like it, right? So this is not someone that's like a software engineer and they're just sitting somewhere across the world and they don't know much about trucking, but they made this app. No, we made this app according to what we need and what we think would be useful to us. And it's still being updated all the time. We keep adding new features and we keep changing things. So this is what we have so far. Now this Emra made this for himself because this is easier for him since he's the one that does our invoices as well. So when he opens up the first page here, he sees the loads that are ready to be invoiced. So that way he can just generate an invoice and mark them invoiced. And these are the loads right here. I blurred a lot of parts here because this is an actual app that we are using. So it has a lot of private information, and I want to blur all of that. All private information will be blurred. It might change your experience as a viewer because this is not a demo version, but still you should be able to get an idea of what the app looks like. Fun fact about this, Amro trained AI. He used hundreds of rate confirmations to train the AI, and now all he does is he just uploads the rate confirmation. The system will sort out everything. The AI will recognize the brokers, the shippers, the addresses, the load number, the amount of the load, all of that information, and it will create an invoice based on that. So you don't have to type in this stuff manually. You just drop the rate confirmation. I'm not sure. I would have to ask him if the system is using the rate confirmation that's already been assigned to the load, because when we assign a load to a driver, we would upload the rate confirmation right there into that load. So I'm not sure if the system is using that existing rate confirmation that's already in the load, or he has to just drop the rate confirmation into the AI and then it will sort everything out by itself. But nevertheless, it's a cool thing, and it saves him so much time because we used to use Tracking Office, and Tracking Office was very limited. It was cheap and affordable, and we got used to it. But when we started growing with more trucks, it just took a lot of time for him to create those invoices. Now he can just use the existing information from the load, from the actual dispatching load, where we also dispatch drivers. That's what we use this for as well. And he can just use the existing load information, and the AI will create the invoice. And I think he saves so much time, probably like at least 5 times faster to do an invoice, maybe even 10 times. So that's the first page here that he has. Now here are the announcements. I make announcements all the time here. That's what I do mostly, and this is for all drivers to see. All drivers have their own login information into the app, and they can see their truck and trailer and driver information, expiration dates, all of that. They can see these announcements, and they can see the loads that have been assigned to them, and we'll talk about that as well. And in those loads, they will have all the information about the load that they're doing, and then they can upload the bill of lading, the POD, when they're finished. When they complete the load, they can upload the POD right there into the app. So these are the announcements that I make, and they all can see this. Here is a list of the drivers. This is for our own use, and we have roles assigned. For example, me and Emro, we are admins. We have safety people who can see the drivers. We have dispatcher roles, and all dispatchers are assigned their own drivers. So dispatchers can only see the drivers that have been assigned to them. And then we also have driver roles as well. So this is the list of the drivers. When you click on a driver here, because these are all the names, but they have been blurred here. When you click on the driver, then you can see all the driver and their assigned truck and trailer information as well. This is a nice thing for dispatchers when they're booking loads, when they're talking to brokers. They can just copy driver information. They click here on this button and then copy that driver information, and they can just text it or email it to the broker or wherever they need to use it. They don't have to type it in manually anywhere or go to a list and then copy the information, driver information from the list. They can just click here and it's copied. And then they can also copy tracking link if a broker is requiring a tracking link for the truck. They can just copy that here because Emro connected this to our ELD. We use Motive, and he connected this to Motive ELDs, and it picks up the information from there, so he can just copy the tracking link. Next tab that we have right here is all my loads. Loads that we book are all here on this page. All dispatchers, whoever books loads, they come up here, and they're divided by weeks. I also blurred here the driver information because underneath this load pickup location and delivery location is the driver name. So I blurred that out. But if you scroll down, you can see that they're divided by weeks, and you can go here and for a certain week, like if they have more than one tab. Week 15, week 14, there should be more tabs here. I don't know why. I think, yeah. Okay, here we go. So this is for week 20, for example, like this last week, week 19, it had 5 tabs here. You can also search here by anything. You can search by the broker name here, or the driver name, or the pickup location, anything here. So for example, if you put in driver name here, like the minute you stop typing, see, it will pull up the loads that belong to the driver. Say you want to do Grand Rapids, Michigan, so it shows you all the loads that we're picking up or delivering in Grand Rapids, Michigan, or like the broker name, maybe Ally Logistics, for example. So it will pull out all loads from that broker. So of course, all of these loads can be opened up and looked into for more information. Here you can edit the load information or you can delete the load. So when you click on a load, it will open up like this. This information, when we book a load, when the dispatcher books a load, the pickup information will be put into the load, and the broker's name, the pickup and delivery addresses, the rate, load number, all of that. Okay, so here it will show the broker name right here, and here it will show the driver name. But this lane was Illinois to San Antonio, Texas. If you click here, it will calculate the distance for the load. Here there will be a pickup address on the map because this is connected to Google Maps, and the driver, when they go in here and look up the load information, they can see the pickup address. If they click on this here, it will open up in Google Maps, see, like this. And same thing for the delivery address, or they can just look it up here. They will have the original rate confirmation uploaded here in the load, and they can click on it and they can see the original rate confirmation. When a driver delivers that load, they will go into that load, and on their phone they can upload the image, the POD here, and then it will show up here. This load hasn't been completed yet, so there is nothing here yet. But once they do, POD will show up here, and then Emro here, he can mark it as invoice or create invoice even from here, from this load. Next thing here is the driver information. When you click on a driver there, you can see everything about that driver, us as an admin or a dispatcher, because brokers sometimes will ask for a driver CDL or a truck picture or the registration. So we uploaded that main information here, all the information like the driver email, when their medical card expires, the truck and trailer numbers, the VIN number for the truck and trailer. You will see that down there, phone number. You can copy driver information for broker or the tracking link even from here. These are the driver files. We have their CDL here for this guy. I think this is for the medical card. This is for the truck information, what kind of truck they're driving, their VIN number, their license plate, when does DOT expires, insurance, registration, and all of those files like the insurance and the IRP. Truck picture is right here as well. Same thing for the trailer. Board view. All current loads that are delivering today or tomorrow or on Monday, since today is Friday, they will show up here. So this will help dispatchers see who needs a load, who is available to do a load, and then they can go here and then see, okay, this guy delivers on May 16th, which is today, and they need a load for today. Okay, and this here will show the driver name right here on the left. We also have a do not use list for brokers here. Some brokers that we mark as a DNU, red flag, whatever it is, they're not paying. Factoring company will not approve them. Something bad keeps happening with these brokers. There should be a good reason why they are here. And this shows our dispatchers who not to use. They can search them up here by their MC number or by their name. Next tab here is the live tracking. This will show all the drivers' names and their truck numbers. And then when you click on them, you can see where the driver is, because again, this is connected to the Motive ELD app, and this is good for dispatchers, or if you're outside, because we have access to all this. We have an app that you can download. And again, it's an internal app. The drivers can download it, and admins and dispatchers, and we can use this all on the app. So when you're outside and you need to track someone, you just go to the app and then click on the truck you want to track, and it will show their location right here. Next one here is the owner-operator settlements. I do the settlements. When I do them, when I finish them, I would upload them into each driver's section here, and then the drivers can see their settlements only here. They can see the fuel, the fuel that they use. They can just click on this here, and for the corresponding week that they've done, they can click on that settlement and then see what they have done for that week. Next one here is notes. These are our internal notes that Emra and myself are using. Something has to be done. Mostly I use this for payroll to know if there is a refund, if there's an extra charge, if there's an advance that we did for someone. So this will remind me, and then once I'm done, once I've finished that for the payroll, I just click this here, check it, and then it will disappear. So that way I know it's done, and I can add a new note right here. These are the actual settlement templates for the drivers for owner-operators. So this is from the last week for the loads that this guy did. I blurred his information right here on top, but these are the loads that he did. And down on the bottom, this is the net pay that he received. These were some shorter loads, shorter week for him, but this is the net, after our deductions, the 12% commission and fuel that he's used, and cargo and liability insurance, ELD, if it's all $300 a week. And then this also, by the way, these sheets, Emerald connected them to Google Sheets, And then here on the bottom, we have all the tabs for each driver, so I can switch between tabs, and then each driver will show up here. On the first settlement here in the list, I can choose a week. So I click here on this drop-down menu, and I choose a week. For example, this is a week 20, and I was doing payroll or settlements for the last week, which was week 19. So I choose week 19 here because it will have all of the weeks right here in the drop-down menu. I choose week 19, and then this automatically tells other spreadsheets to change all of them to week 19, and then it will automatically pull loads from the load board for that week for that driver. So I don't have to go in and type it manually, any loads, or look for loads for that driver. It will just, in 1 second, it will pull all loads for all drivers for that week that I'm paying, and they will show up here, which is great. For example, this is week 19, and then let's do maybe like week 18 for this guy, and then it will change here to week 18. Okay, we're going to go back to week 19. And also what's nice, this will automatically calculate the 12% commission from this field here, from this cell. For the weekly deductions, I can always just put them here, and they will stay for every week. I don't have to go back and forth and figure out, because some people will have like physical insurance, or they will rent a trailer, something like that, and that charge would be same for each week. Another thing that Emra did with these spreadsheets is that he added extra spreadsheets here in the back, and they do different functions. For example, there's one that will do year to date, that will do a weekly gross for all drivers, for the expenses, and for the net pay. That, like, for when I do the settlements, that way I can figure out how much the settlements are going to be for that week, how much money that's going to be at the end of the week. Next thing here is the calendar. Calendar is also connected to my Google Calendar, the one that I use on my phone and on my computer. It will pull, remember we were talking about drivers, so when you go back to drivers, you can put in their expiration dates for the medical, driver's license, DOT inspection for truck registration, all of that information that we need for safety, for DQ folders. It will pull those dates here into the Google Calendar, and it will show up here, and I blurred these names. So for example, here on May 16th, something here will expire. I can't see right now, but like I said, it's usually either a medical card or something like that. And it will show the date for that expiration. And then when you click on it, it will show what it is, what's expiring for each date. So you can go here and kind of see what's expiring soon. And then you can just email the driver from here and then share that with them in their email. This also sends me notifications. It will send the notification to the safety email 30 days before this expires. So if something is about to expire on May 16th, it will send us an email on April 16th saying that this medical card for this driver is going to expire in 30 days. And it also sends me a push notification on my phone because it's in my Google Calendar. So that's also very cool. Maintenance records, drivers, whenever they fix something, because DOT requires that, they are supposed to upload the maintenance records right here. So I can see whatever they did. And then if someone asks, if DOT asks, we can show them that we are getting the maintenance records from them. Here, this is a little thing for onboarding. When we have a potential driver here, when we go back to this onboarding checklist, we will see all the drivers that started working with us and that are about to start or that we're talking to. And I add them there. And then I can check these little boxes as we go, because this will remind me what needs to be done, because there are a lot of things to do when you onboard a new driver before they come in, after they come in. So for example, like we get the CDL from them, I check it here. The driver is approved. I check this agreement. We send them agreement. All of that, like everything is done here. And then as we go, I just check this, and I can go back and see if something has to be done yet for that driver. Here are all the users. We have admins here, we have dispatchers here, and then we also have drivers. And you have all their information right here, who they work with, their phone numbers, all of that. This is for dispatchers only. This is useful information for the company. This is all the information that they need for Usora Express here. And they have all the dates, all the information, the references, the documentation, our VW non, our authority, our permits. They can download them from here. So what's really cool here, when they fill out a packet, they just click on this here, and then it will copy it. And they don't have to type it in a packet. They can just copy it from here and paste it and all of that. And then here, a nice little thing, we have weather app. We can see the weather, what's going on throughout the whole United States. So this is the temperature, radar, clouds, winds, snow cover, thunderstorms. If you like this app and you think maybe you could use it in future, we are not selling this or anything, but we are thinking of maybe trying to make this public sometime in future. It's not ready yet, but if you're interested, potentially interested in this, I will have a form in description of this video where you can sign up and give us your information and tell us that you're interested, so we know whether there's interest in this app and who is exactly interested. So down the road, once maybe this is ready, for us to make this an app that others can use, then we can contact you. Thanks for watching. This is Anis from Never Stop Trucking. Come back for more, and I'll see you around.